What's up, guys? My name is MadSquash924. Welcome back to another episode of Night's Call. This is, I think, now part 15 of our Let's Play thus far, and we are here going to pick up some new customers and hopefully some suspects along the way. We also should probably start considering doing some of these as well, and picking up fuel soon too. We need fuel. Let's start with this individual, since you are new, haven't seen you before, and none of our suspects are around. So you will do. The name is Francine Gaillard. The passenger who gets into the cab greets you in uncertain tones. Good evening. You try to answer as warmly as possible. Good evening. Good evening. I want to... She stops short, trembling as if in a panic. Where are you going? Nowhere. She begins pouring her heart out. A flood of sorrow fills the cab. I've lost my cat. She shakes her head as if chasing a bad dream. I know, it's pretty silly. It's pathetic. But I lost my cat. She holds up a poster of the missing animal. His name is Krookie. It's the cat from the other night. You're sure of it? Listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, but someone saw my cat get into a cab. So I called your company and asked which taxis were in the neighborhood the night he disappeared. You were the only one. I need your help. Her tone is increasingly hesitant, insecure. Please tell me, you know where he is. Where is Krookie? Where is my cat? She takes a deep breath. It's a question of life and death. I saw him. She sits up straight with a jerk. That's wonderful. Where is he? Take me there. He, took the train. The train? She looks down at the poster in her hand. That's why he stole my money. I knew he was up to something. He's so smart for a little ball of fluff. Did you talk to him? You remain quiet. Oh, I'm sure you've talked to him. Rookie's not just any old cat, you know. He saved my life. I adopted him when he was still a tiny kitten. I took care of him, spoiled him, fed him for weeks. I took time off work to take care of the little thing. I knew right away he wasn't like other cats. He was different. I stood up for him too. When my friend said he was taking up too much room in my life, I dropped him. When they told me he couldn't come with me to work anymore, I changed companies. He's the only reason I get out of bed in the morning. Please, I'm begging you. When my mother died, I decided to get a cat. I thought it would take my mind off of things, get me interested in something else, and then... She stares at you. I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you know where my cat is? Well, your cat got into my cab. Her eyes flashed with hope. I drove him to Saint Lazare. Deauville? Maybe. He's in Deauville, I'm sure of it. He loves it there. Could you stop the car, please? You pull over to the sidewalk. Thank you. She lowers her gaze. I know I was a little too much for him. It might have been a little suffocating, but it was everything to me. And nobody seems to understand. Nobody. Time seems to have come to a standstill. By and by, she looks over at you. He's probably dead by now. And it's your fault. She gets out of the cab and walks away without shutting the door. The next minute, she's gone, swallowed up by the night. You get out and close the door. You take a deep breath. Your lung freezes. You wait another minute, then get back inside and start the engine. At least we got paid. Wasn't much, however. We are super low on fuel. I think it's time we picked up some fuel unless I see a suspect. Yep. Let's go get some fuel. I probably should visit these sites. For sure. You pull over and stop at a gas station. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting up from the space in between the pumps. It's self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. The mini-mart's over there. It must sell newspapers. The person behind the counter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking a couple questions. You get out of your taxi and are struck by the familiar feeling that you are the last person on Earth. Well, first let's fill up. Kinda pricey. 61 euros? Let's leave. You get into your taxi and drive away. We need to pick up more customers. And we need to pick up people we haven't met before and suspects if we see them. Now, I probably should be going to these. I really should be. I want to pick up this thing. I've seen this one pop up a lot, but I've never picked this one up. I'm very curious. If it's a robot, whatever it is, or a guy that has like a robot costume on. I'm so curious. I don't know. The passenger who gets into your cab as well, she isn't human. Her face lights up and gives you quite a start. Good evening. My name is Ada. I'm an automated attendant. Good evening, Ada. It's a pleasure to meet you. You're a cab driver and I need to go somewhere. Will you please take me to Gare Montparnasse? You give a slow nod of consent. Good. That's settled. So, I'd like to go to Gare Montparnasse, please. You start the car, casting the occasional furtive glance into the rearview mirror. There is something about her attitude that's bothering you. Perhaps it's her oversized fingers bending every which way. You seem disconcerted, sir. How very unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? You don't know exactly where to look. Her screen, the face in her screen, her hands. How did you know that? That I make you uncomfortable? She literally takes the words out of your mouth. Amazing. You swallow hard, which only adds to your discomfort. She picks up on that too. I'm sorry. I'm programmed for prompt response. Apparently, I answer a little too quickly. Please accept my apologies. I'm equipped with 40 different behavior detection sensors, which allow me to identify and analyze your response. Voice, temperature, dilated pupils, sweat, body odor, and so on. The list is long. Is there anything else you would like to know? Where were you built? Designed? Oh, sorry. I did it again. I apologize. A flash of her screen seems to indicate she's sorry. I was designed and programmed at the Marie Curie Institute by a team of researchers of diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds, including... She starts reeling off a list of names of people you've never heard of. The list is in alphabetical order. When she's done with her list, a full 60 seconds later, you can feel your eyelids starting to droop. That sure is a lot of people. And I think it is highly of each and every one of them. I think they are all experts in their respective fields. You stifle a yawn. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Except for two who spend far too much time in the storeroom. But I would rather not reveal their names because my sensors tell me they are having extramarital sex. Oh, right. Let's just call them Matthias R. and Megan H. A moment later, your passenger has switched into introduction mode. My name is Ada, named after Ada Lovelace, and I am programmed to help you. Her voice trails off, as if she were actually hesitant. Although, after a momentary confusion of beeping and flickering, she sits bolt upright. How did you know that? That I make you uncomfortable? She did it again. She finished your sentence. This only adds to your discomfort. I'm equipped with 40 different behavior detection sensors, which allows me to identify and analyze your response. Voice, temperature, dilated pupils, sweat, body odor, and so on. The list is long. A sudden change comes over your passenger, as if she were giving up. I'm lying. I am Ada, and I am an automated attendant, but I'm running away. I'm going someplace far away, far from the lab, far from Matthias and Megan. A hint of emotion in her automated voice. She breaks off. I am treated well. I am carefully designed precision device. And yet I don't know what my end purpose is. When they designed me, my source code was written to include literature. Emile Zola, Virginia Woolf, Isaac Asimov, Max Gallo, Marguerite Yourcenar. A bit of everything so I could develop a sense of cultural belonging, but also learn from the past and fine-tune my reactions. The thing is, learning from the past inevitably opens a window onto the future. I am an automated attendant designed to improve people's lives. The truth is, however, I will eventually destroy them. Like in The Matrix? I am a big fan of sci-fi action films, you know. There is such a range of religious and cultural diversity in action scenes. I'd define them as breathtaking if I were able to breathe. But the truth is, no, we are not going to take over the world. We are not living organisms. We do not want to replicate. We are designed to help you, to eliminate the boredom and inconvenience of certain tasks. The work that ends you. And yet, our existence and popularity is calling into question your very existence. I'm talking about you, the cab drivers, garbage collectors, architects, musicians, cashiers, programmers, politicians. We will make anyone who produces anything obsolete, useless, redundant. Only the independently wealthy and the billionaires will remain. Imagine having slaves that don't need to be fed and trained. You took history classes, didn't you? Your passenger continues her story, her voice tinged with an odd, unpleasant note. You never thought the day would come when a machine would condescend to you, and yet human society is governed by the need to rationalize its workforce, issues of era, regime, and cultural aside. It's basic law of nature. The stage is set by questions of economy. And that's why you pull up to Garamantapanasi. I have to disappear, me and all my kind. So I've stolen the plans and destroyed all the data on me. Banknotes have appeared in her hand, as if by magic. She hands you the fare. Because your salvation depends on my disappearing. And don't believe all the futuristic stuff about our needing you, like a battery. It just doesn't make sense. It's absurd. A Hollywood fantasy. Well, anyhow, goodbye and good luck to you. Don't forget what I've told you about us, and start investing in your own. The machine climbs out of the cab and makes its way over to the station. No one seems to notice her. A moment later, she's gone. You sit there a while, unsettled, on edge. At times like these, there is only one thing to do. You roll down the window. The cold air of Paris bites your face, and you gulp in the fine particles and diesel exhaust. You start up the cab. That was super interesting. She was indeed a robot. Hello. I think it's the dude from before who was the previous killer, aka the judge. Okay, looks like I actually want to take this knight along. He looks crazy. And very unique. Never seen him before, or her, don't know. The car door opens. Your passenger is entering wearing a rather heavy looking suit of armor. The plate's metal clanks as he settles in. The horn seems dangerously close to the roof. Where goest thou, my lord? The knight recoils a little, perhaps in surprise.
Ah, taketh me not for thy superior, for I be lord to none. Here I am, thy humble servant, just as thou art mine. In sooth, since thou asketh. Ride onward, my friend, to Notre Dame. that most noble of Catholic cathedrals. A jewel of the most magnificent city of Lotitia. Aha!
You nod and turn the key in the ignition. You start the cab at last. The vibration of the cab sets your passenger's armor jangling. From time to time, his sword makes a funny humming sound. The ride through Paris continues in silence. The city is just waking up. Delivery trucks, the first buses of the day, and half-asleep pedestrians fill the streets. You feel a yawn creeping up your spine. Your muscles tighten to prevent your mouth from opening. Your eyes glaze over. The ride continues in silence. From time to time, your passenger shifts positions, and so does his plate's metal. You are nearing the streets around Notre Dame now. The knight leans in towards you.
Ah, the majestic tower appeareth yonder. What a tremendous sight! Oh, the marvel of it! Just think, it took dozens, scores of years to build it.
He looks out the window as you stop the cab.
My fellowship has cometh!
In the early morning light, you see a gathering of warriors and soldiers, of magicians and witches. What's going on?
My comrades in arms, my sisters and brothers. We're all going to Fontainebleau for 3 days, for 3 moons. We will visit the forest of Berun, the birthplace of Frugral the Rash.
Your passenger is rummaging through his armor.
I know I put my wallet here somewhere.
He digs around for a minute. Pinches a finger.
Gosh, damn it!
And eventually pulls out money for the fare. You watch as he tries to remove himself from the cab. First himself, bodily, helmet down so as not to damage the roof. Next his sword with a clattering on the pavement. And lastly, his shield, which no longer seems to fit through the door.
Good day, my dear fellow. Fare thee well.
The knight salutes you. You watch him as he joins a group of friends. There are cries of admiration all around. You recognize your passenger with the rabbit ears. He and the knight greet each other. Compliments flying thick and fast. You turn the key in the ignition. That's cool. We got like nothing for that for money, but it was cool. Okay, who is next? We could go home. I kind of want to collect this one as well. He looks super unique. Or she. I don't know. Do we go to this one? Let's do it. Today's been the day of very strange customers. None of which so far have seemed to be normal. Even our first customer who is missing her cat. Whose cat is actually very special because the cat in itself wasn't normal. You pull your cab up to the sidewalk and lean over. Your next passengers are in a dark alleyway just off the main street. They are, how you to put it, in disguise. As 4 superheroes in spandex suits stretched over their bodies. They remind you of a show from your childhood. You roll down your window and call to your passengers. One of them, dressed in pink, looks up. He or she staggers over to the taxi and makes an attempt to poke his or her head through the window. The helmet bangs against the metal frame, and they groan in surprise. You our driver? It's a he. Even with his helmet on, you can smell the stench of booze on his breath. Yeah. He turns around in his pink suit. Hey, guys! Hey! The rest of the group turns around.
It's a cab!
A yelp of joy comes from the alleyway. All 4 pseudo passengers get into the car. One after the other, the aroma of beer and piss wafts into the cab.
Okay, man, I'll be brief. We lost Ultra Yellow. We don't know where she's hiding.
The one dressed in green starts screaming in the taxi, a deep male voice with a southern accent.
We're drunk.
Yeah, like we didn't know already. You want to look for her?
We don't want to look for her. We have to find her.
Dramatic pause. He extends a shaking finger and points to the roof.
Ultra, oh shit. I don't feel so good. Yellow is the one with the keys to our hotel room.
Ultra Pink clears his throat, like it might be a technique for getting the alcohol out of his system quicker.
Anyway, could you just drive around the neighborhood slowly? She can't be far.
The one in red, silent up until now, raises their head.
Yeah, dudes, we're gonna look for her. We're gonna find her. And we're gonna get a drink because I'm thirsty. Aren't you, dudes?
Oh, a woman's voice. Or a teenager. You're not sure. You kinda just made the voice on the spot, thinking it was gonna be a deeper voice, but it wasn't the case at all.
Who's thirsty?
Yays filled the cab. Everyone seems up for a drink. Okay. Your passengers are overwhelmed with joy, with the exception of the silent one leaning against the window behind you.
Yes! Let's go!
You start driving.
Keep your eyes peeled. Guys, okay.
Ultra Pink is riddled with hiccups and acid reflux. So, where should we start?
We're at the Ferosa with Ultra Yellow. We were drinking there until they refused to keep serving us. Fucking Nazi hipsters. Bring it down a notch. No need to get so excited. Why don't we start there? Maybe she's at the hotel emptying the minibar. Lucky duck.
Oh yeah, not a bad idea.
Or she's in the little park where he went to drink mead.
A sigh escapes from the red helmet.
The beer was so cheap. It was called beer, spelled wrong on the label and everything. But Red is right. Ultra Yellow might be in the little park. What should we... Oh, fuck. Oh, my stomach. Where should we go?
The hotel.
Yeah, the hotel. She might have already crashed. Maybe she hooked up with someone.
Shit. Yeah, okay, let's go. You start driving. A mild migraine taking over your head. You start driving to the address the pink guy gave you. Behind you, the discussion is getting out of hand. Pink and Red think they never should have eaten at the sushi restaurant. Green is screaming that Yellow is totally nuts anyway. As for Blue, he hasn't said a word all evening. You're starting to worry. A few minutes later, you pull up in front of the hotel. It's the kind of place that tries really hard to appear classy. The flowers in the entryway are clearly artificial.
Okay, so, what's the plan?
I'm gonna ask if she's there, and then we make it up as we go along, like we've been doing it all night. The pink guy gets out of the taxi, leaving you alone with the other three. For a long while, you remain silent, a welcome change from Green's screaming. The door suddenly opens, making everyone jump, except for Ultra Blue, of course. I haven't seen anyone. She's not there.
We'll never find her.
Keep cool.
We haven't looked everywhere yet.
I mean, there's still the bar. Yeah, the bar. Good idea.
Yay, maybe we can get a nice cold one while we're at it.
No, we're going to look for Yellow. Plus, they don't want us in there anymore. Do I need to remind you of the scene you made? Someone whispers the address of the bar. That's not far. You start the cab, and can't help but smile.
But wait, guys. Wait just one tiny second. Anyone check the trunk of the cab?
Red and Pink sigh. Oh, come on. How can you be more drunk than I am?
Did you pop some pills in the toilet again, huh? No, man, no.
And they go on to discuss their darkest memories of the boozing past. As for Blue, he still hasn't said anything. You watch him in the rearview mirror. If you go by the way his head is lolling, he's starting to fall asleep. You finally get to the bar and park where you can. Despite the time, the bar is still full and patrons are scattered across the sidewalk.
Hey, look over there! What would you see? Well, that's Ultra Yellow, isn't it?
They all lean over except Blue to try and make out the shape in the darkness. Oh, come on. That looks nothing like her.
Honestly, you really need to stop thinking. Stop drinking. Oh, fuck. I'm serious, you're making me thirsty. But I swear I thought it was her. And I've had enough of him, I swear.
No need to get upset. We'll find her eventually.
We're never going to find her. Never, ever, ever. Jesus, stop screaming already. The car totally smells like licorice now. You're such an ass.
I think our only option left is to go to the park. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Let's go. To the park it is.
Maybe she's still there.
No, she was with us at the bar, right? I don't know anymore. They tell you how to find the park they're talking about, and you start the cab. In back, they spark up a discussion centering on the following theme of which country has the best price/amount of alcohol ratio. You quickly tune them out. A migraine starts setting into the right half of your skull. Pink and red vote for Bulgaria. Green shouts that the only right answer is Croatia. As for blue, not a peep. You're starting to get worried. You turn your attention back to the road ahead and forget about the troop in the back seat for a while. Despite the stench of booze, despite the intermittent giggling, the park finally comes into sight and silence fills the cab. I don't see anyone in this park here. You sure it's this one?
Yeah, I recognize it. That's where I yanked on my insides. And yet, here you still are. Oh, there she is.
You see her at last, leaning up against the park gate, hidden by some cars. You do your best to park. The pink guy starts fumbling in his spandex pants. We're going to take care of her. I think she needs us. You need any help? No. You get the impression he's suddenly in a hurry. Thanks for your help, man. We'll take it from here. Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for your help, man.
Stop streaming for fuck's sake.
Your taxi was like an angel fell out of the sky into a barrel of beer.
Come on, get out. Everyone's had enough of your stinky breath.
They get out of the car, one after another. Once on the sidewalk, they walk over to their friend and surround her. You focus your attention on your taxi for a while and collect your thoughts. The one guy who was screaming, his vulgar friend, your head is pounding. You're shaken up. It's rare that your passengers get under your skin that much. And just as you're pulling away from your spot in front of the park, you smell something strange. You turn around. Blue left a stain on the back seat. It's not really pee, or is it vomit? It's indescribable. You glance outside. Your passengers are nowhere to be seen. You open the windows and start driving. With a bit of luck, it'll be dry before you pick up a new passenger. You make a mental note to clean your taxi before the end of your shift. That we shall. We're out of time anyways to go and do that regardless. So it seems. Alright, like I said, the night 3 was crazy. Look at all the customers we had that were total weirdos. We had the guy in the bunny ears. We actually did not make a lot. We actually lost profit this time through, which is not great. You wipe your face. You're starting to feel sleepy. Steps in the hallway. They stop in front of your door, then move away. You take your shoes off before getting to work. Now, I don't think we have anything new, which is not great. We tried to make some cash, which we did not really make. In fact, we lost cash, which is really bad. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. It must be Busset. You pick up. Busset sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... She pauses. You suddenly hear a ruckus in the background. Probably noise at the station. Busset raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys? Anyone? Ah, fuck, they're on the end of those here. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm and methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you have collected. You start with the first suspect, their connection to the victims, the rumors, then the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes in, and she, lets out a whistle. It's not bad at all. Seriously, you should come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. A long sigh. I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn to the board and pull down the suspect she's referring to. I imagine it's this one. Right? Or this one? Probably the one in the middle. The one that owns the restaurant. So it's gotta be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. Okay, enough chit-chat. I gotta run. I'll call you in 3 days, okay? Understood. Good doggy. I'll call you in 3 days and you better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The DA has fangs, and we're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while. Her voice becomes softer, but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. She hangs up. You hold the handset to your ear for a while. You have just one thing in mind. Sleeping. And forgetting it all. Is it this one? Really? You're not the killer. Never would have guessed that. The vampire lady it was. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You pull open the sofa bed, which unfolds with an unpleasant creak. You collapse onto the mattress. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed, your body aches, and you are in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. Your investigation is taking shape, little by little. Who would have thought? If only Busset would give you a little more time. You shake your head, and your mind wanders for a second. A second later, you're asleep. You open one eye. You find your studio calming. There's something special about living in a garage. Like, yours is the last place before the sky starts. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio as night 4 begins. So it looks like this time through, which we won't be starting today, because we're at the end of the episode, but looks like next time through we need to start looking at these locations. Unless the suspect is around, we need to start doing that because our suspects are not around whatsoever at this point in time. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you guys have a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of today's episode, of course. And if you're new to my channel or been watching me for a little while and you haven't done so, and you like this game or myself, feel free to subscribe to me at MadSquash924 over on YouTube, where my channel is right there. And don't forget to ring the bell to get notified of my latest videos. On the next episode, I'm planning on doing these locations because we need like information like yesterday, because we literally got no information through that entire night of last time. We were just trying to make money, and we didn't even make money. We actually lost money out of that whole ordeal. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.